You can't think about making more money and saving money at the same time. So you just got to be careful. Like, obviously, some people go way too extreme on both ends. And I will say I grew up in a house where my family did a pretty good job not spending crazy amounts of money, and my mom was a coupon queen. This is BetterWealth with Caleb Guilliams. Welcome back to another episode of the BetterWealth podcast. In today's segment, we are talking about concepts, ideas, and quotes from around the world to help you live a more intentional life. And so on today's BetterWealth breakdown, we're going to talk about coupons. We're going to potentially offend a few people, but hear us out here. And you actually came up with this topic.
Yeah, I pronounce it coupons, but coupons don't save you money.
That's actually going to be a catchy title.
Coupons don't save you money, and here's why. And it goes back to mindset of if you were going to spend $100 on something, and let's say you weren't going to spend $100 on something, but it was a $100 item that was on sale. It's 20% off. You're like, oh my goodness, I am going to save $20 on this item. And that's the way that I was brought up is you don't buy anything full price.
Right.
Nothing.
Same.
You don't buy anything full price.
Same.
It's crazy. Yeah. And spend time couponing and like scrounging around for the deals. But here, when you actually think about this, you didn't save $20, you spent $80.
Yeah. And what Dan's trying to get at, and you did a good job explaining that, is pretty much like if you buy something on sale that you weren't going to buy, you still spent that money. Another example, if you're a business owner and you're spending money like crazy at the end of the year because you don't want to pay 30% in taxes, I get it. I don't like paying taxes either. But if you buy something that you don't need to save 30% on taxes, it costs you a whole lot more than 30%.
Totally. And for me, I'm a sucker for a good deal. And so
it makes you feel, it's actually, the stores know that.
Right. And that's why MSRPs on most products are way out of this world, and then 50% off, and you feel like you're getting an amazing deal. And it goes back to like even Aaron yesterday, he came back from the store. He's all excited because he got these huge ribeye steaks that we had today, by the way. And he's like, look at how much money we saved, because it was like 50% off. And I just paused and I looked at him and I said, Aaron, did we actually save that money, or did we spend $26 on steaks?
Oh man, you shouldn't have told me the price. They were good steaks, but yeah, I'm with you. Another example is pretty much anytime you go to the store and you don't have a list and you just kind of wander, and they know. I mean, the stores know. Like for instance, have you ever bought anything full price at Kohl's? Now, no. I'm getting judged hardcore because I shop at Kohl's, but hear me out. Like the markups on these things are expensive, and so when you go to the store, when you go to anything, not having clarity on what you exactly want, you will spend more money. And so coupons, by the way, if you know what you want, it goes back to when we talked about the mortgage example. If you know what you want and you spend some time researching and getting coupons are great. So a tool like Honey is an online tool that I think it's a Chrome extension, and it will save you money on Amazon. It'll save you money on a lot of different activities that you purchase on the internet. That's like a fine tool if you're already going to purchase something. Yeah, like obviously we're not saying don't save money, but you're not saving money by spending money.
Right. And I fell victim to this, and I'm sorry for those that are going to go to the site now, but slickdeals.net. It's basically an aggregator for amazing deals across the internet. And I go peruse it once a day just to go see what's out there.
Confessions.
Right. I just want to see what's going on. And there's been many times where I buy something that I had no intention of ever buying.
There you go.
Because it's an amazing deal.
Yep. So I think the summary of this short episode is really take a step back. What do you really want? Get clarity on that. And then don't buy something just because it's on sale, because you didn't save $20, you spent $80. And it's that example of every time you lose $1, you don't just lose that dollar, but you lose what that dollar could have earned you the rest of our life. And consumerism is the problem. It's feeling like we need to buy things. And then the caveat is if you're going to buy something and you've done your research and you want to get it and the coupon makes it cheaper, obviously that would fall under the principle of efficiency, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think the big switch for me that could be really positive for a lot of you is instead of focusing on scrimping and attempting to save that money is flip that switch of how can I make more money? And that was something, again, that I was brought up of how can we save instead of focusing that money on income producing activities.
It's hard to think about two things. It's hard to think about scarcity and abundance. And so I'm with you. Yes, if you know me, I'm a cheapskate. I don't like spending money, but I do spend most of my time thinking about how we can make a lot more money. And you can't try it. You can't think about making more money and saving money at the same time. So you just got to be careful. Like, obviously, some people go way too extreme on both ends. And I will say I grew up in a house where my family did a pretty good job not spending crazy amounts of money, and my mom was a coupon queen. And so we did save a lot of money, and we bought food. Like, so it's a really good thing. And I actually have a friend that maybe I should bring on the show sometime. And I remember when we did this camp retreat when we were in high school for, our homeschooling group. And we couponed so much that we got we fed a whole camps for less than $1,000. Wow. And pretty much coupon central. Like, we saved thousands of dollars on coupons. So it's cool. You could make the argument back then that was a positive deal, but the reality is we had the food list. So that's just another example of once you know what you want, make it efficient, but then don't buy things that you don't need. Thank you so much for listening to the BetterWealth podcast. It would mean the world to me if you could hit subscribe, leave a review, and share this with the people that you know and love.